Hello and welcome back, Josh and Sam, to another episode of Weston Super Mare. I have gone through pre-season. Nearly. We've got to play the Community Shield game. I've made some signings. I've held off on selling players as much as possible, and I'm relatively confident. As you can see, we had a decent old pre-season this season. Last season, I think we only played 4 games because I was lazy in terms of preparing ourselves. But this season, no, it's not how it went. So anyway, let's look at the history. No, that's not what I meant. Transfers history, that's the one. So, players out. We sold Barry Todd to West Brom. He's 30 now. He's nice and creative, but not good enough. So, bye-bye. Michał Lech was a young goalkeeper I had on the books. He's gone for free. Nocioni left to Palermo. Colin Crawford went off to Bristol City, and we sold Dino Medaric to Stuttgart. This was excellent. Players brought in, so the rest of the team is the same. Players brought in Nick Fitzgerald, a Welsh right back from Swansea City. I bought him for, what did it just say, 11 million. He's a good player. I then found Malmo FF have a player called Kalle Ångblom, who I thought, I'd better sign him. He looks amazing. Bought him for 7 million. Turned out when I then scouted him that he probably would have signed for me for about 1 million. So wasted a bit of money on him, but I wanted to get him in the door before anyone else picked up on him, because often when you scout someone, the bigger clubs around the game pick up on that too. I then brought in Frank Abalo, who is a Togoan right midfielder / striker. He's very nice. Signed him for 6.5 million from Feyenoord. And then finally, German Nieto, the Argentinian left midfielder. He's very nice. He's young. He'll probably play back up to Meunier or Danya, but he gives us an extra option because we didn't have very much in the way of cover on that side. Yeah, things are looking pretty good. Like I said, the pre-season fixtures were looking very tasty. We played all of these, so Premier League teams, and then a couple of Championship sides as well thrown in there, and we smashed them all except for QPR. We were a bit worryingly toothless against them, but it was the first game back after the holidays, so that's fair enough, I think. So now we can see the team. We've only just got all these players back, so they weren't currently playing. But now we have a decent-sized squad. We've now got 11 players. It's still not quite enough for the game to be happy in pre-season friendlies, but it's not too bad. We have Kotnik, of course. We've still got Casolo. We've filled in the gaps where we needed to. We've now got better. We've got a better starting right back. We've got a better starting left back. We've got cover for the other 2 positions. I didn't do much at centre back, but obviously Spencer can still play centre back. I didn't feel that we needed anything else in the centre or up front, so I kept things as they are. Although I've decided to start with Watts on the left side as an attacking forward, as he has played for England. So, let's get straight into things. We've got to play the first game of the season, which is a Community Shield game against Manchester United. We've played them plenty of times over the last couple of seasons, so it might be good. They have there's been a few managerial changes. I was offered the England job. I turned that down. I was also offered the Manchester United job. I turned that down. Manchester United now have Slaven Bilic in charge after having Ronald Koeman resigned to take over as England manager. Now, I think Stoke City last season? Where were they? They came 9th. They had Mauricio Pochettino in charge. He left to go and take over at Real Madrid, so he was replaced by Nigel Adkins. Now, Adkins came from Luton Town, who won the playoff final last season. I don't know why the game says they were relegated, because they were promoted. But yeah, so they got up into the Premier League via the playoffs. Their manager left. Let's look at the past managers. Nigel Adkins. I don't know what's happened here. They seem to have hired and fired him a bunch of times. I'm not sure if that's new contracts being signed. It doesn't seem like it can possibly be. I tried to recover the game files to make sure that nothing gets corrupted. But anyway, there's been some funny goings on here. Excuse me. I didn't sneeze all day except for the 2 times that I've recorded. So good. They've been signing players for 80k and stuff like that, so they are going to struggle. But good to see them up here. We've also got Liverpool back in the Premier League. They are predicted to come 18th, and that's sad. Leicester are predicted to come 9th here, but they were given better odds for the season than we were, which was kind of strange, I thought. The other big thing about Luton is, as you'll remember from the blog version of this that I was doing, they have a certain striker called Bob Holmes. Bob Holmes was a legend for us back in the lower leagues. We signed him for free. He went on to become the club's top scorer of all time for a while, until he was taken over by Mads Pedersen. So he's back in charge, and he is up in the Premier League for the first time in quite a long time, 7 or so seasons. He's fired them into the Premier League, and that's very, very good for him. I'll enjoy seeing Bob Holmes back when we see them. I also signed Danny Welbeck as a coach because he is one of my favoured personnel. He likes me. He's a club, not legend, but like a favoured personnel of the club as well. So I thought, well, it'd be nice to get him in. We'll have a bit of fun. So, for the first game of the season, we are going to put... I actually like the way things look at the moment. I will change... I see Spencer is good, but Glavin is better. I'm going to keep Mbele in the team to start with. I'm not 100% sure if he will stay there for the whole season, but I'm going to keep him there for now. Let him at least play the Community Shield game. Now, we also had to get rid of everyone. What was her name? Sweeney was her name. Sweeney, the physio. That was a running joke, was that she couldn't keep anybody fit because my players were all a bunch of idiots during the very low league days. She had to be moved on because she only had about 8 or 9 on physiotherapy. But I brought in a woman to replace her from Swindon, actually. I paid them £120,000 in compensation to get their physio in because I needed a third one, and I also found out they were penniless or something, that they're absolutely broke. So I thought, well, we'll give them some money. And short of cheating them, like buying one of their players for £27 million or something like that, I thought I could actually do something legit and take their good physio. Good, so things are not looking brilliant so far. We did have a chance, so good for us. I'm kind of hoping that, Bilic for some reason gets good stats. He's a relatively good coach on these games, despite him not being very good in real life. So I'm hoping that he sort of rubbishes up Man United, because they were awesome. They've still got the best team, I think, in the Premier League. So it seems unlikely that he can really do much wrong. But that said, the games can be weird. Liverpool got relegated, so let's see. Had to just there we go. Plumlee scores. Finally, we can't go 4 games in a row without conceding against Man United. Good for them, I suppose. Well done. You can have your your Community Shield. I've won it before. We don't need it. It would be nice to not lose this game, but that said, I'm more interested in the league. We've also got a Europa League tie coming up. Pedersen, Jespersen, what a goal! He's had a fantastic pre-season, by the way. He's got about 12 goals, so hopefully we're seeing him back on form. I deliberately played him in as many games as possible to try and get his confidence up, and he got 4 against a Premier League team. I know it was only in pre-season, but it's good to know. Good win. So yeah, things are going well. I think I'm feeling relatively confident. The Europa League should be a fun competition for us this season. I feel like we're definitely good enough to go far in that competition. We still have to qualify for the group stage because of the way the game works. I'm surprised that we didn't get automatically placed into the group stage, considering we came 5th in the league, and also we won the FA Cup. So I don't know why that happened, but we are in the 4th round of the qualifying. We have to beat some Israeli team, and I am fairly confident that we will. Their most expensive player is a player on loan, and like all the players that they actually own are worth about 20k. So I'm not expecting too much of a hassle to go through there, and then it should be fun. We maybe could win that one, or at least be pushing for it. I'd like to win another cup this season. I would like also to get back into the Champions League. We have again set the season's expectations with the board at qualify for the Europa League via the league. So let's see if we can do that. I think we probably have a better chance of sort of sneaking up there. If we can get a bit of the rub of the green against the bigger teams this season, there's every chance that we could make a title challenge. But that's probably going a bit far at the moment. Oh, how is that? You sure? He's been sent off. Of course. Good. Alright, fine. We will take off Billy Watts and we'll bring on Lucio. No, undo that. We will bring on Sabani and we will bring Spencer back to centre back. There we go. Oh well. Yeah, you get a red card in a friendly, essentially. Good win. They signed a player who I was interested in a couple of seasons ago, Tipple. He's an English centre-back who was playing at West Ham. They signed him for £16.5 million and he's 29. I wouldn't have done that, and I didn't, because it's old and it's a lot of money It's a lot of money to pay for a player that old, so I didn't. I was actually, the first season for a while where I've looked for younger players where I thought maybe we could get in a couple of players for the future, but then I ended up deciding to spend that money on first team players as best we could. I could have got in a new goalkeeper, but it turned out he was not really much better than what we have, so I decided to save that money and see if something comes up, we can maybe sign someone for 1 or 2 million as a backup somewhere. But we'll see. We're not really gagging for it at the moment. We did have a £17 million bid for Luciano Dagna from Real Madrid, and also Spencer. Like Tottenham keep trying to sign Spencer for 11 million, which I think is way too low. I tied a couple of our players down to longer contracts with better wages, so that should avoid too many. Should avoid too many of them being tempted to leave right now. Pedersen, great ball. It was a nice ball. It was only 1-1. It was just with one man down as well. Come on, Kemini. Moyalainen. I'm technically at work at the moment, so if my phone goes, I'll have to stop recording. Nieto, Hodgson, Tipple. He's a good player, Tipple, but again, he's spent too long. Like, you really needed to sign him 5 years ago rather than right now. United are in danger of losing another one of their players that they just signed. They just sold a very good young player to QPR, I think, and he looks exactly like the kind of player. He's 21. He looks decent, but not good enough for their first team. He looks like the kind of player who they'll end up buying back in 5 years' time for 40 million. Because I think Tipple started his career at United, and they sold him for like $1 million and then brought him back for 16. So classic football manager. And actually, in real life, that's kind of what Man United do. So art imitating life, as is the way it should be. How are things going? Good. I really can't be bothered with penalties here. I wonder what competitions he'll be banned for. Will he be banned for anything? Might he be banned next season if we qualify again for the... good effort. Might he be qualified if we qualify for the Community Shield again? I don't know. Well, we'll see. Okay, let's try and get a goal. It'd be nice if we could beat them again. Just mug them off every time. Good win. Recovered his career and then he goes and plays for Man United. It's typical. Absolutely typical. Come on. Something happened. I hope it doesn't go to extra time, does it? No, straight to penalties. That's fine then. Good. Pedersen, Danya, Sabani, Cunningham, Canson, Ingblom. Whatever. Let's go. I am not too bothered. We'll only play this one. Then I think we'll take a look at the fixtures after this and decide which ones. But I think one of the legs of the Europa League would be fun. Ooh, playing the shootout on the other side this time. Pedersen scores. He went through a very shonky run of penalties where he kept smacking it over. So it's still a surprise slightly when he does score penalties for me. Taylor making a mockery of those 4 penalties he saved in the FA Cup final last season, but don't worry. Danya, he missed in the penalty shootout then. But he scored this time. That was a nice penalty. Right in the top corner. Stashevsky, I expect he will score. This is going to go on for bloody ages. Go on, Wojciech. Oh, Taylor again. He's a ridiculous human being. He's a ridiculous human being. Sabani. Oh, nice. He missed in the penalty shootout at Wembley last time as well. So, if Goodwin misses, and I hope he does because he's a mug. He scored. Oh well, Georgie Cunningham score this one, and we are well on our way to winning this. Come on in, Georgie boy. He's going to miss. Oh, yes. Come on. And Domagoj Kapan, a player who I tried to sign, as I've mentioned before. Let's hope he just buggers it up. They can't even bear to watch him. Oh, but he scored. No, not bad, not bad. Can we be 5 for 5? Nicholas Håkansson. He had a good pre-season as well. He scored a couple of very tasty goals. Niklas, come on in, mate. Oh, you muffin. Oh, come on, Blumley. I don't think he's actually from the north. It just... No, they're going to score. No, Plumley, no. Oh, you dickhead. Oh, for God's sake. I don't really care if we lose, but considering we were seemingly waltzing... Oh, he's going to as well. Oh, yes, Engblom. Didn't even take a run-up. What a monster. Oh, it's Moilanen again. Will he miss another penalty? Will we ruin his confidence? Moilanen. Oh, he scored. That's a shame. It would have been really nice for him to have missed twice. And Bele scored the winning penalty for us last time. I don't know. He's not that good at penalties. Will he score this time? No. Oh, well. Callas. Yeah, I don't know who he is. Well, we lost the yeah, he's going to as well. We know. We understand how the game works. Oh! Do we, though? No. Go on then, Spencer. Show us how it works. And then just hope they put, like, I don't know, Chris Smalling doing the next penalty or something. Oh, you mug. And it's this Hercat fella again. He missed in the last one, I think. I think it was a great save from Taylor. He's going to score, though, this time. Yep, there we go. They win. Well done, them. Doesn't really matter. Sent off in the first half by On. Yeah, I guess so. We were probably, yeah, we were about equal. Grant Plumley. Let's find out where he is from before I keep doing this stupid. He's from Southampton, so he doesn't sound like that. He don't sound like that. All right. Well, good. So let's move on a little bit. That's the end of that game. Well done. Well, one match ban. No, so he's going to be out for the actual league games. That is a shame. And Glavina is out as well. Brilliant. Great work. Let's do this very quickly. Mads was very good. Yeah, he did well. Obviously, it would be difficult. Albert is very good, so why would I stop playing him? Right, let's look at the fixtures. So we got this Bnei Yehuda team. I've never heard of them. So let's see. I think what we'll do is we will play the Bnei Yehuda game, and then we'll play West Ham, because then we'll see who we get in the next round of who we draw in the group stage as well. So let's do that. That will be fun. So I'll be back after playing Liverpool, Yehuda once, and Sunderland. Hopefully we'll be 6 points and comfortably through to the next round already before we even play that game. Right, that's the end of this video. I'm going to save it and see you next time.